Stop what you are doing. I mean it. Put down your phone, close that other tab, tell whoever is nearby that you need exactly 10 minutes, because what you are about to hear has the power to change the entire trajectory of your day. Not next week, not after your coffee, right now, this morning, in the next 10 minutes. Because here is something that almost nobody talks about. The first thoughts you think in the morning are not random. They are not innocent little mental background noise. They are instructions. Your brain in those first waking moments is in one of the most receptive states it will be in all day. Scientists call it the hypnopompic state, that soft, dreamy window between sleep and full waking consciousness. And during that window, your subconscious mind is wide open. It is listening. It is absorbing. It is taking notes. And most of us, without even realizing it, spend that precious window rehearsing worry, rehearsing dread, rehearsing the long list of everything that is hard and heavy and waiting for us before we have even put our feet on the floor. And then we wonder why the day feels like a battle before it even begins. Well, not anymore. Not after today. I want to ask you something honest. When you woke up this morning, what was the very first thought you had? Was it something like, oh no, not already? Or maybe, I am so tired? Or perhaps the classic, I don't want to do this today. If it was, I want you to know there is absolutely nothing wrong with you. You are not lazy. You are not broken. You are not someone who just isn't a morning person. You are someone whose mind has simply been running an old program, one that was installed so gradually, so quietly, that you never even noticed it happening. And that program has been shaping your mornings and your days and your life in ways that are so subtle and so consistent that they have started to feel like just the way things are. They are not the way things are. They are the way things have been. And that is a completely different sentence. Here is what I want you to understand about your mornings, because this is the insight that changes everything. Your morning is not just the beginning of your day, it is the audition for your day. Whatever energy, whatever narrative, whatever emotional tone you establish in those first waking moments is what your brain uses as a reference point for everything that follows. Psychologists call this emotional priming, the process by which an initial feeling or thought makes related feelings and thoughts more accessible for hours afterward. Which means if your first feeling of the day is dread, your brain spends the rest of the day scanning for things to feel dread about. If your first feeling is gratitude, your brain spends the day looking for more things to feel grateful for. If your first thought is I am not enough, your brain quietly files that away and uses it to interpret every interaction, every challenge, every moment that does not go perfectly as further evidence of that belief. Your brain is not trying to hurt you. It is trying to be consistent. It is trying to confirm what you have already established as true. And that is precisely why what you think and say in the morning matters so enormously. You are setting the filter through which you will experience your entire day. So, let's talk about what to actually do. Let's get into the practical, step by step. This is what you do starting tomorrow morning guide that I genuinely wish someone had handed me years ago. The first thing, and do not skip this because it sounds too simple, is to decide the night before that tomorrow morning is going to be different. I know that sounds almost annoyingly straightforward, but intention matters. Your subconscious mind does a remarkable amount of processing while you sleep, and if you go to bed having consciously stated an intention, your brain will actually begin working toward it overnight. So tonight, before you close your eyes, say this. Tomorrow morning, I choose to begin with love. That's it. You are planting a seed before you go to sleep. You are giving your dreaming mind a direction. And you will be surprised how much difference that single act makes in how you feel when you open your eyes. The second thing, and this is the one that people resist the most and benefit from the most, is to speak before you think. Let me explain what I mean by that, because I know it sounds backwards. The moment you wake up, Before your analytical mind has fully come online, before the to-do list starts assembling itself, before the worry machine boots up, say something kind out loud. It does not have to be elaborate. It does not have to be poetry. It can be as simple as, "Good morning. I love you. Today is going to be a good day." Say it to yourself. Yes, out loud. Yes, it might feel ridiculous. Yes, your dog might look at you strangely. Do it anyway. Here's why this works on a brain level. When we vocalize something, we engage more neural pathways than when we simply think it. Speaking activates the auditory cortex, the motor cortex, and the language centers simultaneously, which means the message lands with significantly more weight than a silent thought. You are not just thinking something kind, you are hearing something kind, and your nervous system responds to what it hears. So say it out loud. Every morning, even on the mornings when you don't feel it, especially on the mornings when you don't feel it, because those are the mornings when your brain needs the instruction most. The third thing is what I call the 30-second gratitude scan. And I want to be very clear that this is not the gratitude practice you have heard about 1,000 times and quietly abandoned. This is not about writing in a journal for 20 minutes or coming up with profound and poetic things to be thankful for. This is 30 seconds, flat, still lying in bed, eyes barely open. You simply ask your brain, what are 3 things that exist in my life right now that are okay? Not amazing, not perfect, just okay. The pillow under your head, the fact that you woke up, the smell of coffee, if someone in your household is already making it, the sound of rain, your own heartbeat, whatever is small and present and real. This works because gratitude, even in its tiniest form, activates the brain's reward circuitry and releases dopamine. And dopamine first thing in the morning is not just a nice feeling, it is fuel. It is motivation. It is the neurochemical that makes your brain lean toward possibility instead of threat. 30 seconds of genuine, simple, unpretentious gratitude floods your system with the chemical that makes everything feel slightly more manageable. And slightly more manageable is sometimes all we need to take the first step. The fourth thing is to set a single intention for the day. Not a to-do list, not goals. An intention. A how, not a what. Something like, today I will move through my day with patience. Or, today I will notice beauty wherever I can find it. Or, today I will be gentle with myself when I make mistakes. An intention is a compass, not a checklist. It does not demand perfection. It simply points you in a direction and gives your brain a value to return to when the day inevitably gets complicated. Because it will get complicated, because that is what days do. And having an intention means you have something to come back to when it does. The fifth thing, and this is perhaps the most transformative practice I can offer you, is to look at yourself in the mirror before you leave it in the morning and say, I approve of myself. I am doing the best I can, and my best is enough. I know some of you are already mentally drafting the comment about how cheesy this is, and I love you for it. Say it anyway, because here is the truth that most of us spend our entire lives running from. We are absolutely desperate for our own approval. We seek it in other people's compliments, in achievements, in external validation of every kind, because we have never learned to simply give it to ourselves. And the result is that we walk through our lives perpetually slightly hungry, slightly anxious, perpetually dependent on the outside world to tell us that we are okay. You are okay. You have always been okay. And you saying that to yourself in the mirror is not delusion. It is a radical act of self-love in a world that profits enormously from your self-doubt. Now, here is something I want to address directly, because if you have been listening to this and a little voice inside you is saying, this all sounds great, but I have real problems, real stress, real things I am dealing with, and a few nice words in the morning are not going to fix them. First of all, fair point. And second of all, you are absolutely right that affirmations alone do not solve problems. They do not pay bills. They do not repair relationships. They do not eliminate grief or anxiety or the very real challenges of being a human person in a complicated world. But here's what they do. They change the state from which you face those problems. There is an enormous difference between approaching a hard situation from a state of self-loathing and lack and approaching that exact same situation from a state of even modest self-trust and calm. The problem may be identical. Your capacity to handle it is not. Your creativity, your resilience, your ability to think clearly and act wisely, all of these are dramatically enhanced when your nervous system is regulated and your inner voice is even slightly on your side. Morning practices do not remove the obstacles. They upgrade the person walking toward them. And you deserve to be that upgraded person. You deserve to face your days from your full strength, not from the hollow, exhausted place that comes from years of starting each morning by beating yourself up before the world even gets a chance to. Let me tell you what a morning built on these practices actually looks like, just so you can picture it. You open your eyes. Before the thoughts rush in, you say something kind. You do your 30-second gratitude scan. You set your one intention. You look yourself in the mirror and approve of yourself genuinely, without condition. And then you go and face your day. The whole thing takes less than 5 minutes. And the difference it creates is not small, it is not marginal. People who commit to this practice consistently report feeling calmer, more focused, more compassionate with themselves and others, more able to recover from setbacks, and more genuinely happy, not the performed happiness of someone pretending everything is fine, but the quiet, sturdy happiness of someone who knows they are on their own side. That is what is available to you, starting tomorrow morning, starting with one small choice to treat yourself like someone worth talking kindly to. Here is your call to action, and I want you to actually do this. In the comments below, write the one kind thing you are going to say to yourself tomorrow morning. Just one sentence. It can be simple, it can be silly, it can be borrowed from something I said today if nothing else comes to mind. Write it down. Because writing it makes it real, and posting it makes it a commitment. And a commitment made in community is a commitment that sticks. And if someone in your life needs this right now, if you know someone who wakes up every morning already exhausted, already defeated, already convinced the day will be hard, share this video with them. Because sometimes the kindest thing we can do for someone we love is hand them a tool and say, "This helped me, maybe it will help you too." Subscribe if you want more of this. More honest conversations, more practical tools, more of the kind of content that actually sits with you after you close the app. We are building something real here, and I would love for you to be part of it. But before any of that, before you scroll, before you go back to your day, take one breath, put your hand on your heart, and say, "I am worth a good morning. I am worth a good day. I am worth a good life." Because you are, my darling. You always have been. Now go make it one.